Guys, go to hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We are currently live in over 300 stores in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Outer Banks in North Carolina. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. First person in the chat today. I'm a big fan of your username here on YouTube. It's the Casey Anthony defense team. Bravo, sir. Bravo. You have done it today, friend. You have done it today.
What are they defending her from?
I think she killed her kid.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant, oh.
Oh, currently?
Not like a defensive lineman or anything.
No, nothing like that.
Legal defense.
Have you seen how thick she is recently?
Yeah, she doesn't need a lineman.
She sure does.
She might be one.
She looks great. Is it weird to say for a baby kill, like, you know, somebody who killed her own kid, that she looks great?
Well, the two things have nothing to do with each other.
They kind of do, right?
Yeah.
You would figure you would lose weight instead of gain it. Like, usually people who gain a bunch of weight are happy. There's only a couple people who've shocked me and defied odds. Casey Anthony, she's gained some weight. She looks a little thicker. She looks better there after killing her kid. And then Magic Johnson has AIDS, for Christ's sakes, and then beat it. And is now on, I think he had to go on like Ozempic or something. Imagine being that rich that you get AIDS and you actually gain like 100 pounds. And you're like, fuck, I'm too big. I'm too rich.
I'm proud of him.
I know, me too. Fucking A, dude. Years from now, they're going to look back at that body and be like, you know what? Here's how to beat AIDS, and he's going to be the fucking guy, dude. Unbelievable. So is this top story here. This is breaking news on the old network here. Hunter Biden is actually indicted on 3 new counts here. Federal prosecutors have indicted Hunter Biden. He's obviously the son of President Joe Biden. Not that he knows he's president. On gun charges, Biden was indicted Thursday in a Delaware federal court on 3 counts tied to the possession of a gun while using narcotics. Two counts are tied to Biden allegedly completing a form indicating he was not using illegal drugs when he purchased a Colt Cobra revolver in October of 2018. What's a Colt Cobra revolver? What do we got there? Bob, do you have a picture of this thing?
My
favorite,
shit,
right?
dude.
It's the gun that
Yeah.
Michael Corleone used to fucking schwack 2 people in an Italian restaurant.
I like this.
Who the fuck would
lot.
buy this?
That's a little.
Hides in your sock.
That's what I was gonna say. You put that in your boot. That's a little boot gun, dude. Look at that little fucking thing. That little shorty nozzle there, dude. Wow, this was not what I was expecting at
That's
all.
the exact one I made him pull up to.
I kind of dude. Before we get to the rest of this, it makes me want to party with him more.
Muzzle.
Yeah, forgive me. But looking at this goddamn thing, holy shit, Hunter fucking parties, bro. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be something like, all right, this is for protection. This is, this is not. This is just for funsies. This is to twirl around with no bullets in it and kind of just smoke crack, get your dick sucked with some prostitutes, and just say that you have a gun.
Well, some women have a fetish where they like to have a gun held to their head. while they're getting fucked, right?
I guarantee you've done it.
I've not. No, I would never. That's not.
Come on.
I don't do unsafe things with guns.
Really?
But if you are going to do unsafe things with guns, there's degrees, right? Like I can see inside the chamber of a revolver very easily to know that it's not loaded. I can't say the same for an automatic. So
That's true. That's true. And maybe that's part of the excitement and how you get off. God love him, though, dude. If you're at that stage of life where you need to hold a gun against your head or vice versa, just to even come at night, what a life. What a life for Hunter Biden. My God, dude. I was not expecting this gun. This fucker, dude. If all this shit wasn't going on in the world, we could really have some fun with this guy, man.
If his last name wasn't Biden, he'd be your best friend.
I probably, right? And he'd be the guy you bring to the party and you just look at all your friends and be like, all right, here's the thing about Jimmy. Jimmy's going to have a little boot gun. He's going to have a couple toots and shit might get wild.
I mean, Hunter Biden is just Tiger King.
Kind of, right?
It's the same guy, just in a different like circumstance in life, essentially.
It's weird, man, that just one turn or one rich parent in life could turn you into Tiger King, or just you could be in the White House for the 4th of July doing cocaine and watching the fireworks go off with your mom all pissed off.
I want the two of them together.
You might get it if they both go to jail. I don't
want to
look.
see if Tiger King turns him gay.
I'm going to say the same thing I said about Trump here. All these fucking charges. I don't think anything happens to a president. I don't think anything happens to a president's kid. The gun rules better than I do here. What's the likeliness that he'll actually see jail time? They're saying that it's a max of 10 years.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But just for, I don't know what will happen with this, but I do know two things. I don't support this for two reasons. One, fuck the government. Like they arbitrarily decide what a narcotic is and then somehow associate narcotic use with gun crime. Prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it. Show me data that proves that, because there is none. There's no data that fucking proves that if somebody's doing fucking recreational cocaine on the weekends, that they're out shooting up the fucking town. You know what I mean? It doesn't, like, if that were the case, Wall Street would all be dead.
No.
In the 1980s, they would have died 40 fucking years ago.
No.
So it's just nonsense. The government doesn't have the right to ask you what you're putting in your body to determine whether or not you should have a gun. As a matter of fact, the government shouldn't be adjudicating that in the fucking first place. The second part is this is just a distraction from the real crimes he's committed, which is to say peddling influence, taking money from foreign governments to have his dad peddle influence and then giving some of that money to his dad. If that's not the charge, I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, so 2 of the counts carry a maximum prison sentence of 10 years, while the third has a maximum of 5 years. Each count also carries a maximum fine of $250,000. Shit, that's a lot.
That's nothing.
The historic indictment against the son of a sitting president comes after a plea deal that might have ended a years-long probe into Hunter Biden fell apart. And just as House Republicans have launched an impeachment inquiry in an effort to seek bank records and other documents from the president and his son. Look, I said this a couple weeks ago. This all feels to me like he's getting out of there. Like this is a nice out for Joe Biden to get out of the election, to get another candidate in. He can, pardon his son on the way out, and they could both go live a happy life until he fucks up the next time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is just a distraction. This is nothing. He's not going to get, he may get convicted of it, but prior charges, does he have a criminal record? Like he's been in treatment and shit. He's been arrested, but has he been convicted of anything?
I don't believe he has.
If not, at max, he'll pay. It's probably a $50,000 fine, and he'll get like fucking supervised release for 6 months or something like that. It's not that serious of a crime.
So for Trump now, because he's obviously been brought up on charges, now he can say this about Hunter and everything else. I agree with you on the Burisma stuff, that this is probably a distraction from him taking money and everything else. Again, a blanket pardon on the way out of there if Joe decides to get out of this election and leave next year makes all the sense in the world to me. It really does. But they broke in. I was surprised they broke into all the news channels today and did it. They were like, "Oh wow, this is a big thing to do," and I was like, "Holy shit!" Against a Democrat.
Well,
no way.
It isn't a Democrat. It's Biden, right? And even CNN was going after him today because I don't know why people like Biden has vascular dementia, so maybe you can't really blame him for it necessarily. But I don't know why so many people lie about 9/11. You know what I mean?
Did he tell a lie about 9/11?
Yeah, he said he was there, and CNN lit his ass up today about
Joe
it.
Biden said he was at 9/11?
Yeah, so he said he witnessed a bridge collapse in Pittsburgh in 2022. That never happened. Said his grandfather died just days prior to his own birth at the same hospital. It didn't happen. Had a conversation with an Amtrak conductor, but the guy had been dead for some amount of time. Like
World.
CNN went pretty hard on him today. Pretty hard in the paint on Joe Biden. They're trying to get him out of there.
I think they're trying to get him out. Now, for Joe, he does have vascular dementia, so he could have believed that he was at all these events.
Maybe. Yeah. He also said he was arrested at a civil rights protest that never happened. Used to drive an 18-wheeler. That seems like something that you wouldn't make up, but he did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he said he visited a Pittsburgh synagogue where worshipers were killed in 2018. That never happened. I'm just reading off this list on the CNN video that I watched earlier. And then, of course, you add that to the plagiarism from back. This is all this stuff happened before the dementia.
Okay.
And now he's claiming that he was somehow at 9/11 or some shit. It's like,
Yeah, I thought it was after. If it was before, though, man, dude, driving an 18-wheeler is a weird flex. That's like saying you're forklift certified.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what clout he's chasing there exactly.
You know, look, you ever seen that movie Over the Top with Stallone? He probably watched that and was just like...
The most underrated Stallone film.
I agree. I love it. He was an arm wrestler. He's a professional
I know
arm
what
wrestler.
it is. The most underrated Stallone film is the fucking softcore porn he did before he was an actor.
Hey.
Look that up, Bob. Find that soft.
There's nothing soft about that man.
I've never seen his dick, so I can't answer that question.
I don't think
there is a pic of Stallone with his hog out, though.
Ooh.
I know that exists. I think he did like Playgirl or something like that in the 70s.
This might be what Dan's talking about.
Let's see if we
No,
if
it's
we
not.
can find his dick.
He was in a softcore, legit
That's
softcore
true.
porn
Yes,
film.
that is absolutely true. What Dan is saying.
Is this his O-face?
Go. Pop that up on screen, Pop. Oh, that's a rough one if it is. Yeesh. That's before the steroids.
There's
too.
some comedian back in the day that said that softcore porn, it always looks like they're moving furniture.
Yeah.
We got it, Ross.
Oh, do we have that dong?
Dun, 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 dun,
Let's see
dun,
it,
dun.
dude.
The TVs just went off.
All the TVs went out. Why did you do that to us? You wouldn't let me see his fucking hog, dude. All right, let's see it. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
It could grow.
For a 5'2" guy,
Oh, hey.
that's probably not big.
I'm a grower. I'm not a shower.
It's thicker than his thumb while soft.
I'm a grower, not a shower. All right? I'm a grower. I can just imagine him saying that over and over again. Same with cradle the balls, stroke the shaft. Man. Yeah, and look, steroids is not going to do that dick any good because he's here with that dick. It's not going to be great. Oh.
Yeah, flip back and forth between those two a couple times. There we go. Keep doing that.
Yikes. There's women in the studio, too. One was in the restroom, and she just came back, and now she's looking at Stallone's.
Now
actually taking
she's
notes
going to
on
have
it.
to head back into the restroom probably after
No.
that.
Oh, hey. Whoa, hey, there it is.
You got to buff out
You
your
gotta get it in
cleverness.
there. You gotta get it in. That's just nuts. Oh, God. Whose little tiny hand is that? Is that hers? That looks like a child's hand.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Fuck, dude.
Jodie
Co-stars
Foster
there.
probably.
Yeah, that was the 70s, man.
I'm sure this is I'm almost positive he's filming with a 16-year-old runaway.
Probably, right?
Well, that's what most porn is. So
Yeah. Just some 16-year-old Romanian runaway. My parents were acrobats. And you're like, all right.
So are you.
You can come to the U.S. if you play your cards right. Gross, dude. I didn't think we were going there today. But for Hunter, you scored points for the gun for me. For Joe, I think he's probably going to step out of this election. And I just wonder when. What do you think the best time would be to do that? Christmas?
it depends on who they plan on running, or if they plan on running a serious candidate, or just having a fill-in that is somebody just to lose to Trump. To be honest.
Well, when do the primaries start? January? When does that get ramped up? January,
yeah.
February, I think.
January,
right?
yeah. But again, so here's what I think after the primaries, and here's why. Because the DNC does, one, you're not going to be able to hold a bunch of other primary elections, so they're just going to appoint whomever they want.
Okay.
If you pulled Biden, let's say in the winter before January, sometime over the holidays or something, then every swinging dick from the left is going to jump into that race, and the primary season's going to be fucking crazy.
Correct.
They don't want that. They want stability. So my guess is if he does drop out and doesn't just sacrifice himself to lose to Trump, then they'll probably do it after Super Tuesday.
No shit. Okay.
That would be the smart move, right? Because then the DNC, and this is legal, by the way, the DNC can nominate whomever it wants.
Yeah, no,
there's
I
no
know.
federal election law that determines how the parties nominate their candidates. So after Super Tuesday, then DNC can just say, they can fucking just say, hey, you know what, Hillary, boom,
Yeah.
do that or whatever. I don't think they'll do that, but we'll see.
I wonder, man. Hillary would make more sense because I'm going to go back to something you said a couple months ago on this show, where why sacrifice your best candidate, you know? And I think they think it's Newsom. Kamala would be a goddamn disaster, and Democrats even hate her. So like that's not going to fly. Hillary against Trump, though, and replaying that 2016 again.
I mean, they would lose badly.
I don't know. Look, remember there was this, Hillary warned us and she told us this was going to happen and things were going to get bad. I wonder. And I wonder if they would look at this as like her fucking revenge tour of being the first female president.
But who's they? Who are the they that
The
are...
Democrats.
Yeah, I get that. But
The higher-ups.
No. Who are the they that are voting for Hillary Clinton? Because the Democratic landscape, they do not like her. They don't like her.
I think so too, but I also thought
not
that
think.
about
We saw it in the
2020.
vote.
But here's the thing. I thought it about 2020 and I was
Everybody
wrong.
thought Biden was a centrist. You know what I mean? He was an easy guy to vote for. He was pretty popular before he won the election. Everyone's like, wait a minute, this guy doesn't know how to read. Hillary Clinton is wildly unpopular even in her own party.
I wonder.
The only people that do like her are the people that run the party, which is the only reason she got the goddamn nomination in the first place.
Well, I know who they want to run, and I don't think she wants to do it, and it's Michelle Obama. But I don't think she wants to any part of that bullshit at all. I don't think Big Mike wants to do anything with this election whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the problem with Big Mike running for office. Now you get your physicals done by the Navy doctor. And we're going to see the x-ray of that hog. We're going to see it. And here's my guess. Big Mike's hog probably has like an eagle talon coming out at the end of it.
You think so?
Because I don't think she's just a man. I think she's an alien as well.
Maybe.
Probably related to the one we saw in Mexico yesterday.
Oh, those were real. Those were real. A lot of DMs about those Mexican aliens yesterday. And I'm going to be honest with you, the evidence was pretty compelling that we watched.
Should I buy BigMike'sHog.com? Is that, you think somebody owns that? I can look right now,
Look
actually.
it up.
Hold on.
Look it up. See if GoDaddy's got it
Hold on.
available.
You could have the first gay and the first trans president in the same family?
Yes. Yes, you could. Was there another gay president, Bob? Yeah. Who was it?
Abraham Lincoln.
They believe James Buchanan, the person right before Abraham Lincoln, was potentially gay.
Abraham Lincoln was gayer than fuck.
Do you think that Buchanan said, look, I've got to insert my penis inside of you, Abraham Lincoln, before you become president? And that's
No, he
what
was
we
too
do?
busy fucking being incompetent and stoking the Civil War.
Yeah, destroying the country.
Were they
He's the
secretly
worst
lovers?
president of all time.
No, but the gay Republican group, Log Cabin Republicans, it comes from the correspondence between Lincoln and his fucking assistant or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the guy was a lifelong bachelor, and I'm told big dumper on him too.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
But the way they wrote to each other, look, the way that Iraqi dudes talk to each other sounds super gay too.
Okay.
They call each other my love, like Habibi and shit like
Really?
that. Yeah, it's gay.
They also, well, I don't know about Iraq, but like in India, like dudes hold hands walking down the street.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
As bros?
Yeah,
Hmm?
bros hold hands.
We should take that. I like that.
No.
No.
I'm not doing
no,
that.
I'm all good, dude.
That's how you know you're really bros with somebody.
As if you guys are holding hands, interclasp. Do you clasp it
Dude,
up? Do you go like this?
I don't even let my kid hold my hand when we cross the street. I'm like, don't touch me.
Yeah, don't touch me, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, BigMike'sHog.com is available.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right.
And so is thickdukes.com, which I have purchased.
Oh, you did buy thickdukes.com. 2 C's.
Not
right?
only have I purchased it, but I'm in contact with a white label supplement company now.
Yes.
So we're going to have Thick Dukes fiber gummies very soon.
That'd be great,
Oh,
dude.
it's happening.
And then we can just post it every day, post up. And if you've got a thick Duke from around the nation, just want to send a pic of it to @Dan_Holloway on Instagram, we'll post it up on the show. Would YouTube nuke us for good after that? If we
No,
popped up
what's wrong with that?
Human shit?
Pictures of Dukes?
I think human shit, though, is that's where you cross the line.
Somebody pull up the fucking...
I think you can do animal shit, you just can't do human shit.
Pull up the community guidelines for YouTube.
Well, you could just type in human shit on YouTube, one would imagine. A lot of Amber Heard videos are going to pop up, I bet. But.
Obviously, you can't watch the people take the shit, but I feel like just a pile of shit on the ground. Why would that be?
If it's human, though?
How do you know?
Well, I think they'll let it go if they don't know if it's human or animal.
Do you think AI can tell the difference?
Yes. Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. I can. I've never been fooled by that. Yeah, Bob's actually pulling up the community guidelines as we speak. Human shit, yes or no? Survey says?
Probably not.
Yeah, I knew it.
Probably not.
I
What?
knew it.
Probably not okay to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't do it.
I mean, I'm looking. It doesn't seem.
I mean, it would certainly be age restricted. There's no question about that.
I'm seeing a lot of like overflown toilets right now,
All right.
and those are accepted. It looks like.
Well, because you're not zooming in on the shit. It's just the toilet overflowing, and you're like,
you
oh
can
my
clearly
gosh.
see the poop. Like it's like overflown with the poop.
But I think that's part of the rule, where it's just like, all right, it was an accident. The toilet got clogged. But if you're just out there, really videoing hardcore human shits, which would be another great website to pick up, hardcorehumanshits.com.
Yeah, here's one. Toilets in NorCal is a fucking account.
Okay, look up toilets in NorCal.
And
Let's see what
That's
we
the
got.
one I'm on.
Is it really?
Yeah, the video I'm watching is my high school
Giorgio.
football stadium men's restroom full shoot.
Wow.
Yeah, and
What?
it's
Is there
a,
thick
it's,
Dukes in there?
It's a single turlet, and it is complete. It's got 3.3 million views on it, by the way.
No
It's
way.
a single turlet bowl, and it's filled to the brim with turds.
No shit,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
So I'm guessing it's fine.
I'll go back to the video. Maybe you're right, because I'll go back to the video that I posted on accident, dude. Giorgio, do you know that story? I got off a flight. Dan knows. But I got off a flight, and I was texting Matt Best.
Oh, wait, that's not real Dukes. That's paper towels. They fucking lied to
fooled
me.
Oh, they lied to you? Yeah, fuck you guys then. All right, I'm in.
We'll
But,
just put it on Reddit. I don't give a shit.
Giorgio, I got off a flight, and I was texting Matt Best, like when I was coming over to his house, and I was like, hey, dude, I'll be there soon. And I texted him, here's a healthy urine stream, and it was me, and I accidentally hit the wrong button on my phone, and I got uploaded to my YouTube channel. I think they let it go, but I think it's got like 100,000 views of just me pissing in a toilet.
You gotta love that
on an airplane.
That's
They allowed that, but you can't see my dick in it.
no. Well, that's literally shit posting.
Sort of, I guess, right? Piss posting, is that not a thing? We should make it one.
It also looks like if you do things with the poop, you can show it. Because right now I'm transforming human poop into eco-friendly fertilizer, and it's got 170,000 views.
Okay. That's a fun way to get off. A lot of people are into scat porn, so I get it. Me, I'd like to have that little boot gun held to my head, though, that Hunter Biden's got. That'd be a fun night, wouldn't it? Next up, we got the rich man south of Richmond. Singer Oliver Anthony, 31 years old, canceled his concert in Tennessee when the venue charged $99 for tickets and nearly double for a meet and greet, pleading with fans not to spend money on the hefty price tag. Anthony, the Virginia artist behind the viral hit Richmond North of Richmond, was scheduled to perform at the Cotton Eye Joe Bar in Knoxville before he and the venue couldn't come to an agreement over the pricing. The venue charged $99 for standard tickets and around $200 for a package that included an opportunity to meet the singer, according to KVLT. The country folk singer expressed in a rant in multiple Facebook posts that he wants his shows to be an affordable, low-cost experience, calling the meet and greet fee horseshit. And it was supposed to be free, I guess. He says, I apologize for the price at Cotton Eye Joe. Have a friend of mine trying to help me book gigs. I told him I don't want to do anything that's more than $40 a ticket. Ideally, nothing more than $25 a piece. These are supposed to be affordable shows. Please don't pay $90 for a ticket. Sounds like a good story. Sounds on brand.
Friend is his agent. There's a name for that friend.
No,
that
it's
lets you
his
book gigs.
his friend. The guy that did it is not an agent. It's just a guy he knows.
Just a dude
Which
he
is,
knows.
if you're getting involved in a professional business, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a guy.
got a
Do
guy.
you? What, does he got experience in this area? No, he's a human male that exists. Thank you.
The owner, though, of Cotton Eye Joe retaliated by saying ticket prices were never discussed when the contract was signed. He says, we negotiated a price and nothing was ever said about how much to sell the tickets for. Nothing was ever said about charging for meet and greets. We talked about the price. I sent him a contract. Everything was cut in stone, black and white. And when we put the tickets on sale, we were at 500 tickets that we had sold in about 4 hours. He negotiated a deal for $120,000, which included production, security, staffing, hotel rooms, and catering. We did the math. We set our ticket prices to where we could break even on the 1,200 to 1,300 tickets, not make any money, take all the risk, having 1,500 people in here. God forbid something happens. We're liable. He was relying on bar sales to make a profit on the evening, but later canceled the show on his own accord.
If you're paying an artist $125,000 and it's a 1,300 cap venue, that artist does not go in that venue. You need to be at a 3,000 to 5,000 person venue if you're spending that kind of money on somebody.
Correct.
It's insane to try to put him in this venue. I don't know if they wanted to keep it small town feel. I don't know what was going on here, but like that math is just
Did you watch
insane.
this guy's Rogan interview?
I did.
I watched parts of it.
Yeah.
It's like
I can't tell. Could you?
it seems like
Jesse, my wife, from the very get-go, has said that we've all been fooled by this all shucks thing. I can't tell. I
it
watched.
seems
the
like
Rogan
it's
interview.
really important for him to be the smartest guy around. And maybe he is. I don't know, but if you think that a 1,500 person venue can pay you $120,000 and sell tickets for $25, that's not very smart. Mm-hmm. And why is he, $120,000 for a 60-minute show? Nobody knew who the fuck you were 3 weeks ago, bud.
Right.
Like maybe he's like, I've never taken. His rebuttal to this was he's never taken more than $35,000 for one show, which is again a lot of money.
Yeah.
Again.
For one fucking show for a guy that lives in the fucking woods and has a job as like an inside salesman. So here's what you can't do. You can't fucking charge venues prices like that and then bitch about the ticket price.
Yep.
Fuck you. Do it for free then.
The other part of this, so I was the bar that I was a bouncer out in college held 1,200. That was our capacity for something like this. You never booked anybody that was this big or that anybody wanted to see. One, the venue would get overrun. You definitely need extra security and all the fucking things, police, all this other shit. It's expensive as fuck. And then you've got to worry about this guy actually showing up for this amount of money and everything else. Everything this bar owner is saying is correct. They would be liable for all this fucking shit. And the only way to potentially break even off this is exactly what he's saying is off of bar charges. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the venue to take on somebody like this. So I have a hard time believing either this guy didn't know, one, two, we own a ticket company that is all aftermarket tickets, that these wouldn't be jacked up, and it is beyond the venue's control. Once they put them up on the website and then they go. But after that, yeah, you can charge whatever the fuck you want for shit like this. So you're either super naive to think this, or you're trying to cash in and you got caught. And I don't know what's the difference with this guy. I think he's very talented.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both.
At the end of the day, right?
I think he's I mean, he's got his friend with no experience in the music or contract or event business negotiating deals for him. I think he probably just threw a high number out there to see if they would accept, and they said yes.
Maybe, but there was some conversation between his buddy and Oliver Anthony, and he was just like, "Hey man, how much we getting? 120,000? Holy shit, 120,000? Great. How many is a seat? 1,200? All right, cool. That's $100 a ticket just to break even on that bullshit. So
it's got a very grifter feel to it.
It does,
to be honest, and it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Same, and I don't like shit like this. And so it goes on to say that Anthony is now performing at the Knoxville Convention Center. So I've been there actually.
Way more sense.
Yes. I did a book signing there for a Comic-Con once, and it's massive. It can hold this. You have all the security. You have all the proper exits and everything else for something like this. That makes more sense. The other part that I can't figure out for the life of me with this fucking guy is he went on YouTube and said, I turned down an $8 million record deal, and I don't want to do big stadiums and trucks and all that other shit. Well, you're booking yourself as if you're one. So why not just take the next step, become a professional musician, cash in on all this? Again, I do think this guy is very fucking talented. I went through his entire catalog of shit on YouTube. It's all bangers, dude. It's all great. This guy's got an amazing voice. He's a very good writer, and it sucks. But go the extra step and just become a professional musician and hire the people that can actually get you there, because they're all beating down your door here at this point.
I'm not sure what the purpose of him. Why is he trying to martyr himself all the time?
I don't get it.
Like, the music is good, the message is good. You don't have to fucking martyr yourself. That to me seems very disingenuous. Like, it matters to him. He talks a lot about how he doesn't give a shit what people think. Mm-hmm. But it very clearly matters to him deeply what everybody thinks.
Yes,
and that's not nice. I'm not a big fan of that.
I 100% agree, and I always said the same thing about actors, right? Who just say, "Oh, it's about the work. I don't want to do the press or anything else." Great, go to the Spaghetti Warehouse in fucking Kansas City then, and do mystery dinner theater where somebody got killed with a candlestick, and then chicken parm is going to table 13. Like, fuck off with this shit. If you want to be an actor, you can be one and not have to be famous.
Yeah, just
you can be a musician and not be famous.
Go be a street mime.
That's it.
Go be a busker with your little guitar.
He can go and busk for free tomorrow if he wants and draw the same crowd. They'll all show up. If he came to downtown Austin, was on 6th Street tomorrow, and was just going to all shucks it and busk, D'Anthony and I would be there. I'd put 20 in the fucking hat, and I'd have some Hard AF seltzers and a goddamn paper bag on the street, dude, watching you sing. Because I do like your music. But this bullshit, something is off here. And it's like, figure it the fuck out before it's too late. You have the entire world at your fingertips. Cash in, do it, be the musician you're supposed to be, or just go back to the fucking woods and play on YouTube. Those are the only two options here.
Yeah, that's
this other shit doesn't make sense.
That's another thing he said on Rogan's like, I just want to go back to the woods. Yeah, that doesn't really jive with you charging 100, like some double the median salary for an American middle class person for one 60-minute show. Like, don't tell me you had to pay security and craft services and lodging. $2,000 for travel and lodging if you're first class in a premium hotel. Right. And then for security, maybe it's another $2,000. And then for craft service, what the fuck, for food? Are you fucking kidding me? You had to get it catered? What, for just you and your band? Are you fucking kidding me?
Normally for like the truck, the staging and production people. Like,
what staging and production? He's a fucking folk singer.
Yeah, he's got one other guy that plays guitar with him, and then it's a couple amps. I mean, was KFC closed? Like, what the fuck, bro? Just get a bucket for you and your homie, dude, and throw that out. Like, let's see how real you really are.
Well, yeah, again, like, Ross, all this stuff is standard for a good, like, arena actor, big theater actor.
Oh, I know. I know all this.
He didn't have to leave the woods either. He could have stayed in the woods and kept playing guitar there and chopping chicken heads off and...
Fuck yeah, dude.
Have to leave.
Raping raccoons, whatever the fuck he's doing out there.
That
Great,
sounds fun.
dude. But, like, either cash in or don't. Even the Rogan thing felt weird to me, where I was like, all right, you just want to play in the woods and be left alone. You went on the biggest fucking media platform on the planet, 11 million downloads per show, just so you could, oh man, I don't want to be famous. It's the last place you want to be is Joe Rogan. He's the most famous show on earth.
He's like, it feels like a politician who's trying to convince you they're one of the good ones.
It's
Yeah.
the
You know what I
fucking, it's fucking Prince Harry and Meghan Markle worldwide privacy tour.
Exactly, yeah. I just want to be private. Respect my privacy. Oh, cool. Will you get the fuck out of every goddamn television on television? I mean, it'd be great. So yeah, I don't know. I hope he figures it out, because I like this This guy's music, I think he is talented. He's got a great voice and he's a great writer. Just go all the way in or go all the way out. One or the other. Quit dipping a fucking head of your penis in, dude. Just jam the whole fucking thing in, dude, and explode on people. Knock some people up, dude. Fuck. Shock some people. Knock up a black girl. I don't know. Next up, we got the Electric Idiots, which is a Georgia family.
No, it's not. It's not a. No. It is Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm.
It's not a Georgia family, dude?
No, a Georgia family called to report her staff to police. So Jennifer, the Energy Secretary, is currently doing this. Was rather doing a 4-day trip in an electric vehicle to show people how dope it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's not dope. It sucks. So she had her staff go ahead of her in a gas car and park in one of the charging stations because there aren't enough of them. So she wanted to reserve one so they could keep on their way. And then this is in D.C. that's illegal. It's not illegal where they were, but a Georgia family did call the police and say there's some assholes sitting in the charging station, and we've been waiting in line here for a while.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Do we have a picture of this chick here? Pull up Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm here. Let's see this broad. Let's see this fucking bruiser. Is that her?
Yeah.
Oof.
It's like, man, you know what it reminds me of is like on a fucking infomercial if the product just didn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, here we go. But the issue is what everybody says it is. There aren't enough charging stations around. Like you have to.
There isn't.
I don't have to plan my trips in my gas car around where I'm going to get gas because there's gas stations everywhere. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe 90 years from now, we'll have more charging stations for these things, but that's not the case now. So,
no, it's very strange. In most of the cities that you and I travel to, like I'll always look to see if maybe they're adding more, and they never are. It feels like because I think the businesses have to pay for them. That's my guess. And if you're a business where you're trying to attract customers with electric vehicles, I guess it would make sense, but it would be so fucking expensive to do that that I don't know the end game for all this shit.
Yeah. I don't know either.
For electric vehicles, like for real. I used to think that we would be there in 3 to 5 years and they would figure it out. You'd have 800 miles range and all that stuff, and maybe you do it at your house, and maybe that is. I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, here's the funniest part of this. So there was an NPR reporter traveling with them for this, and I'm sure they'll get a glowing review. There were some hiccups, but energy. But the NPR reporter did report that it was a quote-unquote sweltering day, and that the woman who called the police, who was boxed out and wasn't able to charge her car, had an infant with her baby. So she was standing out in the heat with her car off, waiting for these assholes to get out of the way.
God damn it, dude. I mean, it's shit like this why I would never buy one of these goddamn things.
This is a very good demonstration of how the aristocracy feels about you. It's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Fuck you and your baby. We've got to prove our point. Yep. You understand? This is for the good of the realm. People will say stuff like that back in the day. Now it's for the good of it's for democracy. Yeah. No, you're just a cunt.
Is the baby still alive?
I hope not.
Man, do we know?
That way she can sue everybody.
You could use Casey Anthony's defense team like that guy's YouTube handle.
Yeah.
What, Giorgio? You don't need to chuckle like that, okay?
It's so good.
If you're that good of a lawyer that you can get a woman off with a dead baby, and then you might be able to do it again.
Clip that.
Who knows? But yeah, these goddamn things. And then the latest one is that the Lightning. Remember they were going to have F-150. We're going to have or was the Silverado? Was that it? The Lightning. It turns out when you're towing anything over 1,200 pounds or whatever the fuck it is, you get 112 miles. That's it. That's
you got to generate a lot of power to tow stuff, Ross.
God damn it,
that's the biggest problem. The weight of the batteries, the weight of storing electricity. Like, you got to move it.
You do, and I don't know what you do during this. Or what would you do in a storm? One of these weird Texas storms that knocks out the fucking power here?
Well, that's why, Dan just had a guest on us about Citizen talking about being able to, like, use your solar panels to charge your car at home. And, like, in theory, having a vehicle that can run off batteries that you don't need gas for is pretty cool. It's just the technology's not there yet.
There's a lot of things in theory, though, that sound really cool. And then when you get it, you're just like, oh, man.
Yeah,
all
a
right.
threesome with your wife and her best friend. It sounds good in theory.
Or a pocket pussy where you're like, dude, I have to wash this. I got kids, man. I got to throw it in the dishwasher. Like, no, dude.
It's so terrible washing one of those.
I've never used one, Georgia.
I hand wash.
Do you?
Yeah. Or you can
same.
or you can use magic, like Sword in the Stone. Remember how they were using magic to clean up the basement or whatever the fuck?
I thought it was like a cast iron skillet.
I picture it like Little House on the Prairie, where you just go down, you put up a clothesline, then you just hand wash all your pocket pussies and then gently hang them up.
No, it's exactly what it is. I make it's in the sink. I stop the sink up. I get some warm water with some soap in it, and then I push it down in there, and then I kind of finger it as I get, all my
Sure.
old cum out of the center.
Ross, what are you doing down there, man? I'm hand washing my pocket pussies. I'll be back in 2 hours. I'll see you in a little bit. There's so many of them. I've done creamed them all up.
It's like when women would say, I have to wash my hair tonight. You're like, nope, sorry, gotta wash them.
No, man, it's a Tuesday, bud. I got to wash up all my pocket pussies for the weekend.
All these politicians and bureaucrats are pieces of shit. That's the point of all this. And not one of them knows how to properly clean a pocket pussy either.
No.
Maybe one.
Who do you think that is?
I saw a hot politician today. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Oh, man. Is it that chick? We're going to show her later?
No, but she's not bad looking.
Okay.
And that's the next story, but wait, we got an ad first. No,
We
it's
sure do.
It's Mary Miller. She's a congresswoman from Illinois.
Is she hot?
She's 64, but this picture of her and Thomas Massey, she looks pretty hot in it.
Let's pull up Mary Miller, 64. Let's see here. This is Giorgio's age range. Survey says... Oh, shit.
It could just be this
100%.
one picture,
Yeah.
too.
No, she's hot regardless.
Yep.
Wow, it's
the arm-
64.
yeah, the triceps.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. That's gravity taking over, but the rest of it, dude, plays for
That
sure.
plays for sure.
You know what? Here's the important part of this. So she is the representative from Illinois' 15th district, U.S. representative, so congresswoman.
Yeah.
Her husband, Chris Miller, he's a state rep. Oh. Which means he's a cuck.
I know.
Right? And she's in charge of this shit.
Yep.
So I can fucking get past him pretty easily is what I'm
Sure
thinking.
could.
So
could.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
What is
You're not
this?
going to have to. We'll get to that story, Giorgio. We'll get to that story.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Yes, I saw it queued up here, and I'm a big fan. But yeah, that one you don't need a pocket pussy for. But the rest of us, man, I'd like to be down by the rivers washing all my pocket pussies, listening to Oliver Anthony sing, "I want to go home."
She's
I'm
got
washing
7
all my
kids.
pussy.
And
Really?
she still looks like that.
Good for
That
her.
that
Good
woman's
for
a
her.
fucking animal. I'm gonna hit her up.
Yeah, you should. You should.
I'm gonna start sending her weird shit on Twitter.
Well, you can start off by sending her nudes in a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/drinking bros. It's our first advertiser title sponsor of the show. 50% off the bundle package right now. It's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. Most popular version is the Split King. Comes with 2 remote controls instead of 1, but all the fun. That way, if your lover goes to sleep before or after you, you can control your own destiny, dude. Say fuck it. And then put the bed down or put the bed up and keep watching the Eagles game tonight. Eagles -6 tonight. Let's go. Let's go Birds tonight. I got a lot of money on that. Let's figure it out. It's nice to watch from the comfort of my own bed. That's all the way up, dude. Pop that bitch up into TV mode. You're good to go. Now, if you have an adjustable base and just need a mattress or maybe some pillows or some sheets or a weighted blanket, everybody sleeps for 14 hours in those goddamn things. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout and you'll get 40% off of everything in the entire store. Over there. They also got mattresses for RVs now, which is nice because those are all dog shit and we know it. So thank God they changed that. And Bobby, don't you dare start that video without me, friends, because I'm
queued up.
all in, brother, on this chick that we got coming up after this. And again, if you're running for Congress or Senate and you need a bed to film porn in, a ghost bed's a great option, all right? I can't recommend it enough. When you check out, you're going to see a 3-year pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit over there. And no matter what you put in the cart, at checkout, they're forced to give it to you for 3 years, dude. 3 years, you can stretch out those payments at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Take advantage of it today. Next up, this is the one I've been waiting for all week. Another OnlyFans politician, a candidate in a high-stakes legislative contest in Virginia, had sex with her husband in live videos posted on a pornographic website, Chatterbait, I believe it was called.
What does Chatterbait mean? Break that down for me.
Chatterbait is where you can chat and masturbate with a stranger. And then you just, you pay a small fee and you can chat and masturbate with a stranger and then go to sleep, It's almost like FaceTime except for porn.
So it's a portmanteau.
It sure is.
Right?
Yeah. Sure is.
Interesting.
You can also sign up with randoms though. So if you just want to bait with someone other random, they can set you up together.
Are we doing that? Are we shortening masturbate to just bait now?
I think that's what Dax did. Dax Shepard did in Idiocracy. Go away, baiting. Remember that? So, if you're that into pounding off, you probably want to save as much time for pounding off as possible.
You sure do. You sure do. Now, screenshots of Susanna Gibson, so that way you guys can pull her up on your own. On the website were shared with the Associated Press. The campaign for Gibson, a Democrat, running for a seat in the Virginia House of Delegates, whatever the fuck that is, in a district just outside of Richmond. Nice little fucking callback there. Issued a statement Monday in which it denounced the sharing of the videos as a violation of the law and her privacy.
Yeah, she's trying to say that this is revenge porn, but you fucking filmed yourself fucking and then you put it on the internet. That is, you will never win that case.
No, there's no revenge in it whatsoever.
Well, there might be a little revenge. I don't know, but it's of no consequence because that's not breaking the law. To share, like if I go to Pornhub and clip somebody's video from there and then put it on a different site, Pornhub might have a beef because they own the IP. She may have a beef insofar as they're using her IP, but only if they're making money off of it. If they're not making money off of it, then it's nothing.
Well, Dan, what if this was behind a paywall and then someone put it out for free?
It's not. It's on Chatterbait.
It's on Chatterbait. And
I think you can put stuff in Chatterbait.
I don't know about that, but that's not what
sure.
she's saying. She's saying it violates Virginia's revenge porn law, which it does not.
It does not. But for the sake of journalism here, because we are fake journalists at the end of the day on fake news, play this video, Bob. I'm just curious to see. I've never seen. Holy shit!
Soft.
Okay.
So she started. This has been going on for a couple of years. Her name on Chatterbait, by the way, is Hot Wife Experience, which kind of implies that she fucks other dudes as well.
Yeah, it definitely implies that.
And then after she announced her campaign last July in 2022, we can confirm she uploaded at least one additional image of herself getting plowed.
Okay.
And that was in August of 2022. And she told her subscribers or whatever that it was quote unquote for a good cause. So I'm guessing she was raising money for her campaign.
Probably, right?
One would think.
Does that violate campaign finance laws to suck dick for money?
Not sure how that works, but I want to say this.
She's got pretty nice titties, though.
Yeah, I was going to say that. If you have not seen this video here, she's fucking hot. This is a bad bitch right here. Is it weird that I think this actually helps her campaign and she might win?
It for sure does.
I mean,
How
she's
could this
really
hurt?
fucking hot.
Oh, dude, get the camera off you.
Look at this guy. Oh, look at this. He's got the Eli Manning face, dude. Look at this little squishy face retard. I like it. They were in the sun all day long together. They're both burned. They both got tan lines.
He was trying to flip the camera around and couldn't figure out
That's
how to do it.
It's a very tiny mattress. Whenever I see a twin like that,
choke that bitch.
I mean,
now I'm getting.
Oh, he
into
is
it.
choking her.
They're at either a beach house or a hotel, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's what needs to happen. He needs to drag her down to the edge of the bed and start fucking her throat.
Well, that might happen actually.
Yeah,
Bob,
I didn't watch
skip
the whole
ahead.
thing.
We've got a lot of people in the studio here today. I don't know if we can watch this to completion.
Going balls.
Krill balls.
He's
there
a
we
little
go.
smaller than I would have thought.
Yeah. You shouldn't be holding your own dick when you're getting your balls sucked like that. That's embarrassing. You got to do both.
Well, he's holding the camera
Now
too.
he's back on himself again.
Yeah, this is
Like
some
what?
Hunter Biden shit.
Back on balls.
There we go.
A lot of ball play.
Get your hand off your own dick. That's gay.
Yeah, that is weird, man. I mean, she's hot enough.
Yeah, like she should keep you hard.
Yeah, keep going here, Bob. What was the what kind of completion?
Hold on, he's
Is he gonna
mounting
bone her now?
He's-
Okay, great.
Let the mount
Great.
commence.
She's got a bit of a
That's-
long face, but those. I'm just
no,
staring at her
all
titties,
of this,
so it
all
doesn't
of this,
matter,
all of this plays.
The titties are nice
These
enough.
people
so.
just hate sunscreen.
Gap tooth?
Bob, they don't have time for it, okay? They've been on the boat all day drinking, having a lovely time. Skip to the end, Bob. I can't watch the...
Yeah, well,
I feel like I'm
no
at your
fucking-
house right now, Bob. Like, I can't feel like that either. Just skip to the end. Let's see some form
These
of
videos are
completion.
very frustrating because they're like waiting on tokens to come in before they do sex acts.
Yeah,
and
I'm not a
shit.
big fan of the cam girl videos
No.
either. But and then Homeboy, why would he lick like that and then look into camera as if
He's
that...
performing, you know.
Yeah, but he's not that great at it. She is.
Yeah, where are his hands right now?
Not sure.
There we go.
Oh,
Put that.
almost.
Is he two different races?
No, he's just sunburned.
I mean, look at that.
Sunburned very badly. Okay. And that's where it ends. And then what they want you to pay for the rest of it on OnlyFans.
Wait, this is in Virginia. Oh, butthole. There's a butthole action going on there.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a couple.
We may have to cut the rest of the show.
I mean, do we even need to complete it now
Yeah,
at
I
this
don't know
point?
what
Would the
you guys-
advertisers be pissed if
He's
we just
actually,
kind
I saw
of
this
checked
one
out?
last night. He's kind of just like, he's not very polite to the butthole.
Is he a dude or, I mean, a husband? I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's husband.
Oh, what's he did? That
I
you
got
don't-
so distracted
He's
there. I
just
was
like,
like,
no.
my
Look at
brain
this.
melted.
For
He's a
for
dude.
though, if you guys aren't familiar with buttholes, women don't have a prostate. Like jamming your finger around in there looking for a G spot, that's nothing.
No,
in a
dude.
butthole.
And this is clearly, oh boy, that
Yeah,
looks
it's-
awkward.
There's no lube on that? He's not spitting?
It's like half
It
of a
looks
bagel
so
got
dry.
stuck in a toaster and he's kind of worried about getting his finger burned. and it's
It
just
looks like
going
he's
in
trying
and
to get
out.
something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that can't be fun for
This is
her.
not how you treat a woman's asshole.
That's not how you treat any
No,
asshole.
no.
Well, I don't know if
This
some
is
people
terrible.
really
Asshole
do.
play on his part. I can't watch it, Bob. That's painful.
No,
for
you're
her.
going to watch every second of this
God,
dry
Bob,
fucking finger bang.
I am not at your house right now, dude.
This isn't even how
I'm
you
not in your
finger a
garage
pussy. Why
right
would
now.
you? This guy, look, I actually run a seminar on the weekends at the Learning Annex
He sure does.
that teaches people how to finger girls, and this is not how you do it.
Classes are open. There's a couple spots available if you're in there.
There is an
But,
age limit.
Yeah, look at this.
Nobody over 50.
At this point, his finger is just stuck.
Yeesh. It's like he's trying to tie off the end of an animal balloon at a child's birthday party. There we go.
There we go. Let's comment
She
on this
just won the
beef.
election.
Meat sandwich.
She just won the election right there, guys.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
She
it's a little
just
beefy.
won the fucking election. So is Hope Solo, dude.
But I've eaten beefier.
We know that, Giorgio. Like the worst things that I could picture and imagine and say it into the public, you've done it.
That looks
You've
like a
absolutely
normal
done it.
vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
many
whole
kids
thing
came
is
out of it?
fun. I don't think she's got any kids. It was the other one. It was the 64-year-old broad who's got 9 kids
Yeah.
or whatever it
Is
was.
he, what's he doing right now?
He's just kind of talking to the camera. I don't know.
He's calling Peyton Manning.
No, he's going down her political positions now.
Oh, is he?
Like here, we were strong union family.
He's got to take his Wednesday Blue Chew.
We believe in unions. We believe in going electric. Also, we gave some money to AOC. Like, hey, bro, you're Democrat. We don't need to see
It's a
anymore.
low flow shower, so we don't waste a lot of water.
She's saying everybody reposting this stuff now is just Republicans coming after. It's like, no,
No.
you're trying to be a public figure and you also did porn. So
Yeah.
people are going to post that. Like if any athlete or actor or anybody like that did this,
Yep.
everybody would repost it on Twitter immediately because it's interesting to watch people fuck.
And then she just asked for a vibrator and took it into the shower here. Susanna Gibson, let's cut the shit, all right? Post more. I think you'll win. You're hot enough. I think you'll
Get
win.
this fucking loser off
Get the
camera.
guy out of there, though. Recast this guy.
Yeah, divorce him.
Divorce
and find
him.
somebody that's better looking.
Yes, dude. Or worse looking so we can enjoy you more because he's kind of taking some of your shine away. And let's face it, you're going to need all the shine you get. You're running for office now.
I think you need a
Enjoy all
stable of
this.
men, so then each guy can identify with someone she's fucking with. You need a
Maybe.
fat guy, you need an old guy, you need all of them.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks, Bob. You can take this off the screen now. Again, I'm starting to feel like I'm at your house.
Yeah, you guys can move on, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
yeah. Next up, McCarthy on the brink. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, it's a fun segue, isn't it? Was defiant in a meeting with his caucus. Said that word intentionally like that on purpose on Thursday, reportedly telling the members threatening a mutiny to move the fucking motion to remove him from his position. Some GOP members are urging McCarthy to shut the government down over spending bill disputes with both the Senate and the White House, while McCarthy is seeking to pass a stopgap bill to give himself more time to negotiate. Conservatives were frustrated by a 2-year spending agreement hatched by McCarthy with President Joe Biden earlier this year and are seeking additional cuts on top of those. that have already been agreed to. But the Senate, which is narrowly controlled by the Democrats, as well as Biden, have signaled that they will not sign such a bill. In a fiery... this was the one that Matt Gaetz got involved with.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is primarily between him and Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. So in a fiery speech earlier on the floor here, Matt Gaetz made veiled threats of Republican holdouts explicit. Instead of cutting spending to raise the debt limits, you relied on budgetary gimmicks and rescissions. I don't know that word, actually. So that you ultimately ended up serving as the valet to underwrite Biden's debt and advance his spending agenda. What do you think is going to happen here with McCarthy?
Well, they did right. So the big fight earlier in last year, it was earlier this year, to make McCarthy speaker. One of the tenets was to have more of these, what they call themselves, the Freedom Caucus or some shit.
Yeah.
On the House Rules Committee, and the House Rules Committee passed some rules that allowed them to bring up a vote to kick his ass out of the speakership. Now, they don't have the vote to do it. So here's what would happen. If Gaetz and his team decide to call a motion on McCarthy's speakership, they would go back to the same point that they were at before, which is the Freedom Caucus would refuse to vote for him and nobody would have the votes to become speaker. Mm-hmm. So it effectively shut down Congress, which is probably a good thing, you know. One of the demands, the primary demand that they had, well, there's two of them. One, no new spending and shit like that. But the secondary demand that's a little bit more specific is that we're not going to pass omnibus bills anymore that are 2 or 3 or 4 years long. We're going to pass 17 separate spending bills. So each one of them can be negotiated into Congress and then voted on individually. And then instead of doing that to avoid a shutdown behind the scenes, it sounds like McCarthy's plan is just to do another omnibus continuing resolution to punt a little bit. And the Freedom Caucus is pissed off about that. I don't know if this will go anywhere, but it is... it is nice to see somebody actually standing up to government spending.
Yeah, it's a strange one for me because if you're looking out for the party, you know, as a Republican Party, to try to oust the Speaker of the House right now, it's probably a no-go. I know, look, the Republican Party is fractured. That is clear. They don't know what they want out of their Speaker of the House. They didn't want him, clearly. The Freedom Caucus bullshit, like, what is that? Why create another subcommittee of all this other stupid shit like that? All of this just seems like too much government to me. And
well, the caucus is not government.
No, they're all working government, and now they want their own fucking subgroup essentially, like on Facebook.
Because the Republicans continue to spend and spend and spend.
Totally,
that's why
I understand it, but that's why I'm saying the party is fractured, and you either got to agree on a Speaker of the House. You got to fucking agree on impeachment or something. It's got to happen.
You don't. You don't have to agree on any of that. They have the ability to effectively shut the government down entirely.
They do.
And that is exactly what they should do.
So that was my next question. You think that's what they should do?
Fuck yeah.
So what happens when a government gets completely shut down?
It means like there are... The people worry about like Social Security and benefits and shit like that getting paid out. That's not... That usually there is they will pass an individual CR, continuing resolution, to avoid that. But taking on any new debt stops, and anybody that's considered a non-essential worker inside the federal government gets sent home on furlough.
Okay. And does that affect like the United States Postal Service or
no?
Any of those guys whatsoever?
Not the Postal Service, but anybody that's not directly involved in enforcement at any of the agencies usually goes home. Like if you're an
FBI, CIA.
Yeah, so if you're like answering phones or you're a clerk, you're an administrative person, get out.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I think the best thing that can happen for the people of America is that the federal government operate as little as possible and stop stealing our fucking money and blah, 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 right? So I'm for it. Shut the whole fucking government down. Fuck all these people. Now, one of the other problems with that is when it comes to enforcement people, and these guys, 1811s, 1803s, I think, 1801 maybe, I can't remember the MOS for it or the job criteria for it, but they'd get fucked over in a situation like that, but they always get fucked over. there's a federal law that caps a federal employee's salary at a certain rate, and it's usually, I think, it's like $175K a year. I think it's like the rate for it's the highest paid member of the government that's not the president. So I think the president makes $450, right?
Yeah.
But it's like $225 is the most you can make.
Mm-hmm.
So during an election year, the 1811s, the people that can carry guns in the federal government, which is to say special agents in any of the organizations, they get called in to do close protection details for any of the politicians that are involved or any of the big events like if G20's here, UN summits, any of that stuff. My buddies that have done that in the past, they'll max out on overtime by February of the fiscal year, right? So 5 months into the fiscal year, they're maxed out. They can't make any more money, but they can either quit their job or they have to come to work and work those overtime hours and they get nothing for it. They get comp days sometimes.
Okay.
But it's rare. So some people do get fucked up. But, it's like you're not entitled to a fucking government job.
Well, look, any profession, you're seeing it obviously with Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild and all that shit. Like it happens. It's a part of it. It's a part of any business. Even in a recession podcast, man, they'll start clipping ads and all that other shit. I understand it. We'll see what happens with this. To my knowledge, fuck, man, I don't think we've had a government shutdown for longer than 8 days or something like that.
No, and the government's completely incompetent anyway. So like, I'll pose this to you again. If the federal government just stops existing today, how does that affect your life? Would you even notice? If like nobody told you about it, would you even notice?
The only thing that I would notice was for my parents and Social Security, but for me personally,
that won't get cut off.
Probably not.
Social Security gets paid out of an independent fund.
Okay, then probably not. And then who would be Speaker of the House then if they got him out of there?
Reed White says, "Can we go back to Susanna Gibson because she's a politician I can get behind?"
Well, and that's true, Reed, but you're going to have to get behind her after the show is over here because we showed a lot of her today.
I want to see I don't know. Her behind was not treated properly.
No, and I feel bad for her butthole, and I might reach out via Twitter and just say, "Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about what that guy did to your butthole like that." He was just poking a pie. Like a little kid poking a pie there after it just got out of the oven.
So anyways, they're in a debate. Gates and team are threatening to call the vote on McCarthy. McCarthy's response was just call the fucking motion. And then Gates' response was just move the fucking spending bills. So I don't know if this is an impasse that's going to go anywhere or not. But this is why you do not make deals with cunts. And Kevin McCarthy is the biggest one out there right now.
Yeah,
because all he does is capitulate.
That's it. He hasn't really done anything.
He may as well bend over and suck his own dick while somebody fucks his little tight little white butthole. Because that thing, you couldn't fit a greased BB up a fucking Protestant butthole like that.
No, and my whole thing is I don't know who takes over then at that point because when they had a chance to elect a Speaker of the House, it was contentious, and even with him, what was it? Fucking 21 votes.
15. It was 15.
Was it really? They got shot down
this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, I don't even know who takes over, even if they did get him out of there. I'm not sure how that works.
Just make it Pelosi again.
She might be.
Why not, dude?
Yeah, she might be. Who fucking knows, dude?
Who
She's
cares?
running again. She's running again.
Let's drive the fucking country into the iceberg, and let's get this going.
Next up, we got Operation Resiliency. D'Anthony and the Independence Funds. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so Operation Resiliency is a program started by the Independence Fund, Sarah Verardo. And essentially what it is in order to help prevent the epidemic, or at least mitigate the epidemic of veteran suicide, they pay for a 4-day all-expense paid trip for your unit, like your company or your platoon or whatever it was, to come visit, non-clinical setting, somewhere nice, bring everybody back together. But there are counselors there that know how to lead discussions and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But really it's about getting people back together, reestablishing old connections that were beneficial, reestablishing your community, and so on and so forth. It's a very good program.
It is. And Operation Resiliency retreats are held over 4 days at no cost. Really want to point that out. It is totally free. So if you want to reconnect with your old units and your old friends and all that other stuff, all you have to do is go to the independencefund.org, sign up, and then apply for assistance. They'll take it from there and organize everything for you, get everybody back together, and it helps to reconnect with people, man. Each year, more than 6,000 veterans die from suicide, and as you said on the show the other day, the number isn't 22; it's actually 24, right?
It's 24, and then there's quite a few active duty issues as well. So yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, and this program is great. How many units signed up last time? 14.
Yeah, last time we ran this program, I haven't checked in on this campaign yet, but the last time we did this, over the summer, I think, it was 14 units signed up. So let's make it another 14.
Yeah.
This is
totally free.
This is
totally
a service
free.
for you. Take advantage of it. If you're
Correct.
from a military unit and you're having a hard time, or if you're from a military unit and you're having a hard time, I promise you more of your buddies out there are having a hard time as well. So go to theindependencefund.org and sign up for this.
Yeah. Great organization. We're proud to be working with those guys again this year. Next up, hot, and it better be ready. A Tennessee man has pleaded guilty to pointing an AK-47 rifle at Little Caesars employees because his $6 pepperoni pizza was taking too long to cook. Records show. Now, this is my favorite story of the week because this is what I would do. No one.
I'm on side with this guy already.
No one loves Little Caesars more than I do. And holy shit, dude, have I stood in that? I can't even count how many times I've stood in that restaurant and just watched my pizza be cooked in those goddamn things. Holy shit. And all I kept thinking is the same thing is like, man, if I had a fucking AK on me, I'd probably point it at him and let's get it going, dude. Wrap this up. It's supposed to be fucking hot and ready. Show a picture of this hero. Let's see him. There he is. Look at that. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting a college dude or something like that, not an older gentleman like this. But let's face it, Little Caesars is for everyone of all ages.
It's
to enjoy.
garbage.
It's great.
It's like Little Caesars is like if you ordered a real pizza and somebody threw it in a dumpster and you came back 3 days later and picked it up out of the fucking dumpster.
That is not true.
Yeah, it is.
That is
It
not
is
true.
fucking
Me
disgusting.
and Bob survived off Little
love-
Caesars Hot and Ready's in college.
I love
Quite a
Little
bit.
Caesars. Same. I love them so fucking much, dude. The crazy bread makes me insane up
It
here.
is 25 cents more for the flavored ranches, but they're definitely worth it.
That
And here-
crazy bread makes me lose my mind.
And here's the kicker though. I hate this pizza and I still agree with this guy.
I know.
It says hot and ready, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So it better be hot and ready.
Yeah, the other day I think we showed, it might have been on fake news, but we showed those protesters in someone's office. Maybe it was McCarthy's actually for
It was. Yeah, it was McCarthy. Yeah.
And you said politicians should be afraid of the people they serve.
Yes.
I think that applies to Little Caesars.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
I mean,
dude.
look,
They
it's
should fear the people they serve.
it's only a cunt hair difference between politicians and people,
Yes.
minimum wage people serving me pizza. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Responsibility wise, you're feeding people.
Sure are.
You know what I mean? And it's not like I'm a poor. I'm not. It's just not a soup kitchen. I paid $5 for that pizza.
Yeah.
I paid. You make fucking $3 an hour. I paid you for an hour and 3/4.
I own you for an
hour and
hour.
2/3.
Yeah.
Give me that fucking pizza, bitch.
Man, we did a show that in Alabama, dude, and I pulled up to a place and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and we had to meet. I had to go to this meet and greet at a certain time, and I looked at my watch, hard stop, dude, and then Little Caesars watch, and I was like, can I make it in time? And I ultimately decided I couldn't because of this. I couldn't trust it.
Here's what you got to
Couldn't trust
do in
it.
that situation. If the clock's ticking down, you take your watch off and hold it out in front of you, and you drive your car through the front of the fucking building. And as soon as they're like, "Whoa, oh my god," and you're like,
Yep.
"Let's go."
Clock is ticking.
Yeah, you've got 3 seconds to get me a pizza, or somebody's gonna die.
I didn't, no lie, I didn't think it would be ready in time, and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. But that Little C's, dude, as soon as I see the sign, it calls me like no other, dude.
Yeah, people that grew up in the Southeast will know the same about Krispy Kreme, right?
Fuck yeah, dude. Yes, yes.
Waiting in line for a Krispy Kreme to come off the conveyor belt is one of the joys.
Well, they have the sign on purpose. So Little Caesars has the hot and ready sign, And Krispy Kreme has the fucking hot now. Or what is it fresh now or hot
Fresh
now?
now or hot now, one of the
Something
two.
like that.
I can't recommend this enough. Please, if you are anywhere near a Krispy Kreme, go get yourself a strawberry milk and a dozen donuts.
It's the best.
Strawberry. What the fuck? Where does strawberry milk come from?
Oh, from a strawberberry cow, dude. Everybody knows that.
So a ginger cow?
Yes, a red-haired cow,
Not
dude.
one prayer.
It's the best.
I'm
Strawberry
drinking
milk is
that
the
nasty
best.
shit.
And they got this at HEB here. They got a strawberry milk in one of those glass jars at the HEB.
you feel fancy.
Holy shit, dude. I will down a bottle of that and eat a whole Little Caesars in one sitting.
It's because it gets you all hopped up and you can break the glass jar and stab somebody with it after.
the glass is sharp, for sure. What do we got? A thunderstorm? Is that thunder?
Oh, thunder?
Yeah, internet going to go out any minute.
And the thunder rolls.
We better get moving here.
And the lightning strike me. Beam, beam.
God agreeing that strawberry milk is awesome.
Maybe. Or we talk
is,
shit
actually.
about that guy fingering that girl's asshole too much.
Yeah.
But in a plea deal, so that guy's name, that gentleman you saw on your screen, was Charles Doty.
Oh, yeah. Put him back up there.
Put him back up there. Poor Mr. Doty there.
So this guy bought, let's say, the max order had to be like $30, maybe, right?
Yeah, you're
At Little
that's being
Caesars,
generous.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like let's say it's $30, and you're not tipping because you're in person, so it's none of that.
Nothing.
$30. He gets there, the pizza's not ready, and he leaves and then comes back with a fucking AK-47.
Yeah, dude.
I'm having a hard time understanding what he thought was going to happen.
I think he thought he was going to be eaten pretty soon.
Yeah, but you don't need a fucking AK to steal pizza from a bunch of teenagers.
I don't think he
man.
was stealing it. I think he was forcing them to make it faster. That's just my guess. I wasn't in the restaurant, although I'm jealous. I wish I was. But he agreed last month to cop his dangerous gunplay. And was charged with multiple felony counts. He's scheduled to be sentenced on September 29th after pleading guilty to 4 aggravated assault counts. Shit, dude.
What if they ban him from Little Caesars?
That would be worse than the jail time, I think.
Well, I don't think he'll get much jail time.
Well, it says that he filed a blind plea, which I don't know what that is. Forgive me.
That's just like hoping for the best, essentially.
Okay.
Giving yourself up to the judge, if you do it, the judge is more likely to go lenient on you, but there's
Yeah.
actually not a deal on the table.
Yes. So there's no proffering session, no deal. You're just kind of hoping for the best.
Damn, dude. In a bid to get Dottie to leave Little Caesars, a female customer who had received her order handed him her own pepperoni pizza. He then fled the restaurant before Knoxville police officers arrived. You know he ate that motherfucker, dude. You know he ate all of it. He had to. If you go through the trouble of getting an AK to come back to get a faster pizza and then somebody just gives you their pizza really quickly, you know you got to eat it before the cops get there, right?
I don't know. Maybe he's the Noid. Fuck. You know?
That's
Maybe
Domino's.
he's pissed off. It's like a cross-brand rivalry or some shit. Maybe this is guerrilla marketing by Domino's.
Or Little Caesars, you mean? This is Little Caesars. Oh,
Yeah.
on the side of
like
I
he's
got it, yeah.
the actual Noid, and now he's in retirement. It's like fucking if the what's Wile E. Coyote? Did you ever see that thing
fuck
that
yeah.
Seth MacFarlane made?
Yeah.
Where Wile E. Coyote has retired. Like he finally killed the Roadrunner and ate it, and now he's super into Jesus or something.
Yeah.
Like he had lost his purpose in life, and now he's super religious. I think it's something like that. This guy is a messenger from God.
I think so too. And I want to give a special shout out to that Little Caesars in Wilmington, North Carolina. Used to go there every Friday night for the kids. They loved it. They love Little Caesars every Friday night. And so
There
did
isn't
Dad.
any good pizza in Wilmington, so I guess that's
So
acceptable.
did Dad, dude. Dad loved it too. Wilmington had it all, didn't we? We had a Krispy Kreme right down the street from
Yeah, but there was no good pizza there.
We had Little Caesars?
No,
I like
in
that
the
song.
entire city of Wilmington,
Well, that's true. But
including the Little Caesars.
No,
It's
no,
fucking
no.
gross.
No.
Don't
I
eat
was
that
fine
shit.
with the Little Caesars. I'll be back one day.
Ross,
I'm
Wilmington
going to
had
retire
like
there
3
one
good
day.
restaurants.
Little Caesars was one of them, dude.
No, it was like Rebellion, the coffee shop, and that bagel place.
The Forks,
what's
the Forks
that?
place downtown was really good.
What's that? Fat Joe's or whatever the fuck? It was okay.
Oh yeah,
It was so good. we can't
Shuck and
remember.
Shack.
Shuck and Shack was good.
Love Shuck and Shack
But
down there.
there was one other restaurant that had a bunch of old shit stapled on the walls.
Yeah,
That was down near the post office down there. I can't remember the name of it.
yeah.
It was all right. I got my
I'm
dick sucked
blanking.
in that parking lot one time.
You
you
only
really?
go to Wilmington for orgies.
Not true. I mean, it's a great beach town, but yeah,
what did
Giorgio. Everywhere you go, there's an orgy involved. It's like every single place. You could equate that to anything at this point. But yeah, that Little Caesars down there. God damn, it was right on the college campus too, across from the Cookout. Big fan. I understand.
Cookout's fucking stupid too. I'm not learning your whole fucking bullshit just to order food. Serve normal food.
They got a great chicken sandwich.
They got great hot dogs.
Yeah, but you got to eat like 6 of them. Fuck that.
They got great hot dogs.
Not doing that
burgers.
shit.
I love Cookout, dude.
And having some fucking retard try to explain to me why I need to order. The usual person orders this much. A usual person goes to a place that has a fucking hamburger that's the right size, bitch.
It's true. You got to double and triple patty it up over there at Cookout, but it is tasty.
Burger.
Yeah, it is tasty. I'm a big fan. Next up, we got mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000, kids. I got the Eagles, -6 tonight. Look, we're doing this on fake news. We did it last week. I took the Lions. The Lions won. They beat the Chiefs. We won all the money, all the things. I'm going hard on the Eagles, -6 tonight at home. I don't think there's thunderstorms there tonight, Delco. I think we're all clear there. And the Eagles' defense looks pretty nasty. I'm all in on the Eagles tonight, -6. Get off the couch and get into the action today. Turn your love of sports into your new side hustle over at mybookie.com. Use that promo code Drinkin' Bros to double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Now, put in 100, you can get 100 back. 200, everything else, you just can't go past 1,000. Otherwise, all of us degenerates would put in like 5K, 10K a piece and double that down to 20K, and that'd be a blast. But obviously, they lose a lot of fucking money on that. Tonight, though, we're going to win a lot. Eagles -6. Book it, mark it. Let's go. Let's get wet tonight. Go to mybookie.com. Use the promo code Drinkin' Bros to double that first deposit up to $1,000. Next up, the new DACA bill is illegal. Federal judge in Texas, huge shock on Wednesday, again ruled that the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program is illegal, but kept it intact now for hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants who arrived in the U.S. as children. After the Biden administration moved last year to finalize a rule to codify the Obama-era DACA, what are we calling it? DACA. Policy into federal regulation, a group of Republican-led states challenged the effort and asked Texas-based U.S. District Judge Andrew Hannon to shut the program down in its entirety over 2 years. As expected, he did that on Wednesday and ruled that the Biden administration's effort was unlawful, but refrained from terminating the program and maintained the status quo for current DACA recipients. For more than a decade, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals policy has allowed more than 580,000 undocumented immigrants who arrived.
Illegal immigrants.
You can go ahead and say that.
Yeah.
It wasn't in here. You can go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Who arrived in the U.S. as children to receive work permits and deportation relief. What are your thoughts on this?
Launch them into the ocean. Yeah. The judge doesn't. He made the right move here, right? So stop the program from expanding because it's illegal, but it's not the judge. I don't think it's the judge's position to handle this directly. I think the Congress needs to handle this and make this shit illegal. But now here's the problem. There is no political will on the right to start deporting a bunch of fucking people who were born here.
Right.
Or people who were fucking brought here when they were 2 or 3 years old. Mm-hmm. And there probably shouldn't be, to be honest. Like, that is assimilation mission complete.
Right.
They've always been in their minds American, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that I don't know that there's any utility in going out and rounding up 500,000 fucking I think it starts at 14 or 15 to 30-year-olds and just boot them. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So
it's not going to happen. 1, 2. It's one of those things where you could just stop the problem and not have illegals come across the fucking border in the first place. Then you wouldn't have to worry about the children of them or anything else. But they're not going to do anything about any of this bullshit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. We have an ineffective fucking government. So all of this shit is just posturing on both sides, but it would be a bad look now, yes, like you said, to wrangle up fucking close to 600,000 of them and be like, well, sorry about it, you grew up here your whole life, now back to where you came from. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, so he did in his decision, Hannon, in the decision, called out DHS for not tweaking the program at all, despite being required to by law, by federal mandate. So I don't know if this is going to go somewhere else later. If this escalates, if they have to re-sue, or if it's going to be part of the legislative process. A good judge will make judgments that return power back to the people and legislature, and that's what he did here. So I respect this.
Yeah, the decision is correct. But what they're going to do about the rest of this fucking nightmare.
They're not going to do anything about it.
No.
They're like, build a wall.
Yeah.
I guess, which is not going to work either, but at least it's something.
Well, build the wall, get more troops down there. Your idea of using the guard, National Guard down there, that would work. Drones, everything else would work. I don't know. Use that fucking money that we're sending over to Ukraine on it would be great.
I think we should put. What's that show where people have to run through an obstacle course over water?
Double Dare?
No.
Oh, okay.
Something out, knocked out, or
Wipeout.
Wipeout.
Yeah.
The entire U.S. border is just a wipeout course, but a really hard one. It's like Wipeout / American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
And if you make it across, then you fucking make it across. But otherwise, we're going to watch your dumbass on TV, run ads on it, use the ads to fund drones that police the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need Mexico to pay for the wall. We'll pay for it using advertiser dollars.
Sure.
Like a real American.
Yeah, dude. Why not? Wipeout's a fun show.
How fucking cool would that be?
It'd be great.
If the entire U.S. border was just a
Wipeout.
and you could go watch, like you could take your family down there for vacation and just sit up in the grandstands and watch people get fucking nuked. And it has like a Jerry World style jumbotron out there,
Fucking blast.
and you could just watch people get nuked.
It'd be so much fun.
And then you could integrate American Gladiator into it, and some dude's firing tennis balls. out of the whole thing.
Nitro. Yeah, that would be fucking great, dude. Because the other part of this is you'd also be famous. So when you came into the country, they would be like, oh my gosh, I remember Juan Miguel Espinito from Wipeout, And it's like, oh, he ran across the thing, he did it. So then you come in being famous, you can build up an Instagram, some social media, and some clout. And then
Maybe you can get sponsored.
Yes.
Maybe you can get sponsored.
Fuck
Maybe
yeah.
you get like a fucking little Mexican NIL deal,
Fuck yeah, dude.
right?
Bub's Naturals is the sponsor for Miguel, dude, coming
Yeah.
across.
Yeah.
Why does this skin
I never could have done it without Bub's MCT oil powder. Why not, man?
It'd be so fucking great, but it's in Spanish. You have a translator. We're already doing it for baseball. Bubs is our next sponsor, by the way, so it fits, dude. BubsNaturals.com. You can get the best collagen protein on the planet, best MCT oil powder there is. It'll be your new favorite functional coffee creamer over there. Vegan friendly, keto friendly, all that stuff. Look, man, anybody over the age of 25 is taking this shit. I've been taking it for years at this point, and I'm barely over it. I mean, I'm only 8 years over it. I'm only 33 years old, but I take it. Huge fan of these guys. I love their apple vinegar gummies, too. In the morning, you need 2 of those to start the fucking day as well, dude. Go to BubsNaturals.com. Use promo code DrinkinBros for 20% off. If you don't know Bubs, Bubs Naturals is a tribute to former Navy SEAL Glenn Bub Doherty. National hero laid down his life saving Americans in Benghazi. Glenn's call sign in the Navy was Bub. Glenn stood for self-improvement, was always helping others, and that DNA is woven into the Bubs brand. Bubs donates 10% of all profits to charity in Glenn's honor, starting with the Glenn Doherty Memorial Foundation. And on Veterans Day, they donate 100% of the proceeds to go to the Glenn Doherty Foundation. Again, this is shit you've already taken, dude. Stop getting it from GNC and shit like that. Start ordering it from companies who support veterans, and at least it's going to a good cause. Go to BubsNaturals.com. Use promo code DrinkinBros for 20% off. Next up, is the TV season canceled? Well, it might be if we get past October 1st, and that's according to Fox Entertainment President Michael Thorne, who said yesterday that if the Writers Guild and Screen Actors Guild strikes aren't resolved by October 1st, the fall TV season will simply not happen. In the last movement, the WGA had countered that the studio's latest offer, and that's it. There's no new meeting scheduled after that. They were like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they haven't even spoken since then.
Sure haven't.
That's my understanding.
They're not even close to being
and then
speaking.
things on the SAG side, that's the Writers Guild. The things on the SAG side are even slower. I don't know how it's slower than nothing. But maybe that implies it's going in reverse. But sources tell TV line that it'll take scripted shows roughly 8 weeks to get back to into production once the strike's over.
Yep.
So that means if it is not 16 days from now, if the strike isn't over, then there will be no fall scripted television programming.
Correct. And
Now late night shows can come back
without writers,
like on the next day.
Right.
Even with writers, they'll come
yes,
back. They'll
yes.
come back and go right into production because it's not that big a deal. It's all topical daily. It's not like a scripted full season of stuff. But for any show, that they're fucked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means all the ad contracts that the networks have signed. Now, this is the thing. I know they want to get out of a lot of these old deals and shit and reassess.
They're done, by the way.
Reassess
When they're done.
streaming and all this stuff and kind of reset the market a little bit. But the fucking networks better be ready for some pain because they're going to lose billions of dollars in revenue. Billions.
Well, look, when this all started, I predicted at the beginning of the year, not only would this happen, not only would there be 2 strikes, but I said the main motive was, I think, not only streamers, but NBC, ABC, CBS, the big 5 there, if you're counting WB, still wanted to end scripted television. I still think that. I think they want to end scripted television. It is simply too expensive. And if you look at what is happening with game shows every single night, The Bachelor every single night, those are very, very cheap to produce, and the ratings are just as high as scripted television. I think they're all done with this bullshit. The other part, too, that really hurt the writers and the actors is the fact that football came back, and it came back bigger than fucking ever.
Yeah.
The ratings were up 27%.
That's across the board, but the NFL had 3 prime broadcasts in week 1: Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night.
Yep.
Each one of them got over 20 million, and I think Sunday or Monday night got 24 million, which is funny because Rodgers was out after 4 plays. But conversely, MTV's VMAs came out this weekend. It was like 890,000 people.
Yeah, it was awful.
That's bad.
It was absolutely awful.
That's really bad, and it shows you that even like some of the stuff, the major award shows, the VMAs, not so much. Well, the Golden Globes are big because everybody gets drunk, right?
But even those have been canceled 2 out of the last 3 years.
Yeah,
So
the Grammys have been okay. Oscars are usually really well. We're talking about like 12 million viewers on an average year, right?
Right.
They're not getting 1 million anymore
No.
in some of these cases. And I think the highest for the award shows over the past since COVID started was like it was either 4.6 or 6.4. I don't remember which one, but half. That was the best one.
The Oscars got 16.6 million viewers last year.
yeah, and it was actually up this year.
It was
over-
Oscars were, yeah.
58%.
Correct.
But all the other ones, Golden Globes are down, fucking, and we're not even doing those
Right.
anymore. And the Grammys, I think they're doing, but they're not too popular right now.
No.
So it's like, what's left to put actually on television? Because television is just, it's like 8 minutes of jingling keys so they can show you 3 minutes of ads. That's all it is, right? That's the reason General Electric invented the television in the first place, was they could put their fucking stoves and ovens and other shit on there and sell it to you, light bulbs and such. I don't know where they're going for programming after this because there's only so much football you can put on there. You know what I mean?
There is, but if you're looking at the primetime ratings, you're now up to what, 5 nights out of the week that you have NFL on. So you got Thursday nights. Friday's going to kick in the day after Thanksgiving. Now they're doing a primetime game on Black Friday this year with the Jets, ironically. Saturday nights, they do usually 3 of those weeks, or they got Saturday games, then you got college football, then you got Sunday nights, then you got Monday night after that. You're down to Tuesday and Wednesday without football.
Well,
But here-
really, it's more like another way to look at that, though, is like you're talking days, but really they have essentially 32 hours a week of football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but not everywhere.
Not everywhere,
right?
Yeah.
There's certain networks.
But we're going back now to, or they're going to have to go back to the old television advertising model, which is to say maybe one major event per day, and you organize your prime advertising around that,
Right.
Whatever it happens to be. Because there used to be 3 channels, and it was the same fucking 6 bullshit shows, a little bit of local news, and then the president would come in and address things sometimes. But it was very limited.
And then you closed it down at 2 a.m. Remember,
Yeah.
they used to show the American flag and all that other bullshit as a kid, and you were like, oh, all right, well, that's just
It
Georgia.
wasn't until cable news and cable stations in general, but cable news that you had something that was running 24 hours a day like that. that wasn't just like old reruns and shit, stuff that was new programming. So I assume they're going to have to go back to that kind of advertising model where you're going to be able to get really good rates on daytime shit because everybody kind of knows the walk-by stuff now, that it's just hospitals and airports and public places that are watching Wendy Williams. No real people are watching that. It's just fucking TVs that happen to be on. I don't know, man. I mean, it's really interesting for advertisers, and it's really interesting to see what the networks and studios are going to do about this.
I agree, and this was the first time that I was in an airport. We were talking about flights and hospitals and all that stuff, where it wasn't CNN on. It was actually the Eagles game was being shown at my gate, and I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to go to a bar. I didn't have to go to a restaurant. It was showing at my gate.
Well, the NBA starts in a month too.
Yeah.
So are they going to see
an uptick?
Big
Absolutely.
ratings? And hockey starts in about a month. Is that going to see a big uptick? Are the playoffs in baseball, because they were way up last year? Playoffs
they'll be up even higher this year.
Playoffs were huge last year. You got to expect they're going to be up too, because there's nothing else on television.
And you got great teams in it this year from big cities and big markets.
Pretty much. Well, except for I don't think the Yankees are going to make it. That's the only thing that sucks about it. But otherwise, you do have a tri-state area team in. So.
Right. Well, you got LA, you got Atlanta, you got
Philly.
You got Philly in there.
So you get the tri-state.
You might get Chicago as well.
No, Chicago's in, I think.
I think so too. So like you're gonna have all the big ones in there. You just can't have them make the World Series. So if you're hoping for ratings.
For the NBA, like their ratings aren't that great. ESPN and TNT, so for the national games, averaged 1.6 million viewers last year.
Yeah, it hasn't been good.
But let me flip this on you, Bob. So like take Abbott Elementary, for example, which is like there was the fresh new comedy that won all the awards. It averages about 4 million viewers. You're not that far off. And you got more games. You can't pump out more Abbott Elementaries and things like that.
Last year, Abbott averaged 9 million.
For what? Is that including streaming, though?
It's just an average 9 million viewers per episode.
Yeah, but that's over a 3-day period, including streaming and all that other shit. And that's the other...
Yeah, okay, so 35-day multi-platform rating.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the other trick they're using for advertisers, by the way, that they're trying to shut down now, is saying, hey, don't include all 90 different platforms into these fucking numbers. And that's what MTV did with the VMAs. That number you read, that 8.9, was across like 7 different networks combined. That's still horrific.
Yeah, it's not good.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen. You'll have a great American reset of television. And I think movies are fine. The box office is having a record fucking year this year. People will still go to movies.
I think people want to go do shit.
The interstitial advertising and that 4+1 model is going to be fine, like stuff that's woven into the programming itself. But the 90-second to 3-minute ads that are in between your 22-minute or 45-minute, 30 or hour-long sitcom or whatever the fuck it is, that stuff doesn't benefit from the streaming at all. That's why they're on strike right now, because they're not getting paid for that shit. You know what I mean? So that's not making them any money. Where's the money coming from? And I don't just mean for the people on strike who are saying we want more money. That was dumb. There is no money, right? But how long can the studios and the TV channels hold out here is my question.
I don't think they will, and I think the final answer is Apple buys ESPN, potentially Disney. I think the Oscars moves over to Netflix. I think VMAs end up moving over to YouTube. Screen Actors Guild was already on YouTube last year, and I think YouTube has won. I read an article this morning about YouTube has won. It has certainly won with my kids. So if we're looking at the next generation coming up, all they want to do is watch YouTube. They don't give a fuck about scripted television whatsoever, and it's strange.
Broadcast TV used to have the highest ad rates that exist, right, of any form of advertising, because everybody has it. Everybody doesn't just have, like, what people have access to broadcast television and nothing else? Because you've got to buy a streaming service of some sort now to have broadcast TV. The UHF, VHF antennas don't work anymore. That's not a thing anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
And there's very few people who still have like Dish or DirecTV or whatever. So like
ABC, CBS, Fox, they've got to figure something out.
They did it themselves, so we'll see. But I don't know that this ends until first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. Unfortunately,
Well,
my
and
friends
they may get a deal done over the holidays, but you're not going to see original programming back until next year.
No.
Probably, right?
No,
I mean, there's 16 days for them to figure it out. Otherwise,
might not
it's
even be till next fall, so
Yeah.
we'll see. In the meantime, we got a ton of listeners in the studio here for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Who is the first gentleman here who had the bottle with him today? Come on up, sir. Come on up. From the University of Tennessee. I partied with you. I don't remember because I had too many hard AFs. Don't blame me. That's okay. Blame the booze. You showed me a picture, and I was like, well, thank God, dude. Thank God we had the picture. Otherwise, I would have had no idea. We got blackout that day, dude, at that tailgate. Holy shit.
It was a little bit rough.
It was a fun fucking time, man. Look, you probably listen to the sports show, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So with that, I've been saying for years, I can't wait till Tennessee is back because it was a blast to go and party there and tailgate. You guys were fired the fuck up. You guys won the game. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
It was a good time. I mean, I would honestly say, Tennessee's back.
I think
Honestly.
so.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
So. They got a game this weekend. They play in Florida this weekend?
Yes, sir.
They are.
Yes,
That
sir.
could be a tough game. It's a night game.
Florida is not.
I agree. I agree.
They're not very good this year.
Tell everybody your name.
So I'm Rob.
What's up, Rob? What's your last name?
McGee.
Okay, Rob McGee. Robbie McGee?
Robbie McGee. Or Bobby McGee.
Bobby McGee.
Yeah.
Me and Robbie McGee.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I bought you guys a bottle of Kill Coleman. So it's a good Scotch from Scotland. It's really hard to get.
Is it, let's have a.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to drink out of the bottle? Is it that nice?
No. Take a drink.
How nice is it? Is it over $100?
No.
Okay, great. Then I don't feel guilty drinking out of it. Cheers. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
What are we talking here? Oh, that smells nice. That's got a nice smoky flair to it.
It's good. Yeah. It's from
You've heard
the.
me talk about the show. You know I like the smoky shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
So it's from the Isla region of Scotland. They do a lot of peat in their barrels, and it's a very peaty whiskey.
We got a Highland Scotch over here that I didn't know about.
God damn
I
it.
walked
Yeah.
away for a second. We're drinking the good stuff?
Oh
we
yeah,
are.
the good stuff.
Georgia, if you
These
want
men in
a
kilts,
little
like, I'll
grabsies, go ahead,
I'll do a
man.
snooze.
Yeah, come on, Giorgio.
Come on up here, guys. That's great. Yes. This is actually very good.
And then I also have a coin for you guys. It's from our fire department.
Okay.
So a lot of guys.
Shout out your fire department.
So it's Montgomery County Fire EMS.
Hell yeah, dude.
So in Virginia, we have a bunch of listeners that rep the fire. That rep you guys within the
Cheers
fire
to you guys.
department.
You were here for Ross Patterson Revolution this morning where I said, look, you guys don't get enough credit. Every time a smoke alarm beeps in my house, I actually want to set the whole fucking house on fire because I hate that sound so much. I can't imagine hearing that every goddamn day.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Lose my
really
mind.
is. Yeah, it's wild.
It'd be like having tinnitus.
So on the back we have our 4 values that we represent within the department, and then we have on the front Montgomery County Fire EMS. So,
Hell yeah. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would have shaken it with the right. I don't know if I could have gotten there, though.
Yeah,
from over the desk.
it would have been a little rough.
I appreciate it. Shout out to the Montgomery County Fire Department. Who would you like to give Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
So Drinkin' Bro of the Week definitely goes to my fiance. She's sitting in the back there. That's Hannah.
What's up, Hannah? Wave to us, Hannah.
She has a real person job, so she can't get up on the.
Boy, she can't come on this fucking program. We showed porn half the day today.
Yeah, so it's perfect for a firefighter, but she has a big
I
job,
totally
so,
understand. And she was like, yeah, man, you guys showed that dude's finger in that girl's butthole for like 20 fucking minutes today. We're not doing that. I understand it.
Yeah,
Cheers to your wife for putting up with this shit. Holy cow.
Yeah, she's a day one homie. So
well,
yeah.
here's the funny thing, and this is a true story. I don't know if I've told this, but with the news itself, so Dan writes it every week, right?
Right.
So he writes the news. I try not to read it, so that way it's a genuine reaction to whatever we're gonna see. So like that chick in the porn with the finger in the butthole, I've not seen any of that whatsoever. Like I save it because I want to see it live with you guys. That way I feel just as shocked as you do. Holy shit! I was not expecting any of that today.
That was wild. I mean, hopefully she gets elected. So
well, you hear about it, right? So like I read the article earlier in the week where I was like, all right, I saw her picture. It was like a hot girl doing some chatterbait stuff. What's the big deal? That guy just I mean, it was like he was sticking his finger in a jack-o'-lantern's mouth. We were just like, stop doing that. Like,
I mean, I'm surprised he got his finger out, honestly. But
same, little Jack Horner, dude. Just, I mean, fucking A with that guy. It was nuts.
Yeah.
It was absolutely nuts. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else who wants to come up today?
Thank you, Ross.
Absolutely, of course.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on up, sir. Come on up. There it is. Yeah. Did you just add that? I like that, dude. Boom. I like it. Are we going to get dinged by Prices Right? Oh, we're not monetized on YouTube anyway, so who gives a shit? Who cares? We're living in our own world.
I'm a piece
Yeah.
of shit. I don't have a bottle to bring.
You are a piece of shit,
Yeah, I
dude.
just
No
flew in,
drugs,
so-
no booze.
No.
No problems,
Nothing,
you know?
no.
So I don't want to hear about any fucking problems today, okay? Don't tell me that this is for your dead dog in 1983 who got, he got thrown into a wood chipper. I don't want to hear it.
No dead people today.
Okay.
No.
All right. Tell everybody your name.
Dustin Miller.
That's strong, Dustin Miller. Look at you.
Yeah.
You almost look like the guy in the video a little bit.
So you know what I get a lot?
What's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I was just going to say, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I was going to say RIP to
A
your
lot.
Achilles.
Oh, dude. At least I'm walking around, so I can't complain.
Currently.
Yeah, I was gonna be a stunt double, but that's not going so well now.
No, probably not at all. Not at all.
No.
Who are you here with, friends?
I'm here with my wife.
Oh, you didn't bring in that huge group of friends back?
No, there's just a
Okay.
whole lot of random ass people here today.
They're not random. They're all drinking bro
Well, no,
listeners.
yeah,
so
no.
yeah,
I've gotten to know 'em.
They're great. There's some hot girls back. We never have hot girls in the studio either.
No, there's just a whole plethora of them back
Great.
there. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Where are you from?
Florida.
No shit.
Yeah, down in the dick tip of Florida, down there in South Florida.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Did you come to any of the Miami gigs we went to?
No, every time you guys are down there, I'm either working or out of town somewhere else. And
Okay.
it's just conflicted. But yeah, I went to UCF. But of course I was out of
Dude, we
town
were
during
there.
that. Yeah, I know. And would have loved to come up, but I was out of town for that too.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
You guys won that night too.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we did.
And you pushed.
Yep.
Last second push. So pissed
You
off
took
about
like a
that.
20-point teaser.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, dude. I
You
didn't know it was a
lost.
push. It was a push in that. That's what my bookie does, friend. Who'd you like to give Drinking Beer of the Week to?
So I'm gonna mirror the last guy. I'm gonna give it to my wife. I'm here for the last few days of my 20s. I'm kidding. No, my 30s.
Yeah.
So she is entertaining my bullshit for the next 3 days.
Okay.
And as she has for the last, almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
So, and she is definitely my drinking bro of the week, for sure, and for my life. Yeah. That's her.
Awesome. Is she allowed to come back on, or she can
No,
just waive?
she's
Is she just a waiver
much
too?
like the last one. She's a first grade teacher, so there's absolutely no way she's
shit.
coming up.
Yeah, don't
no,
put her
that's
on camera.
definitely not happening.
Oh,
no,
yikes!
no.
Yikes! I got one in kindergarten right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want her up her either.
No.
I understand it. I understand.
She's
it.
gonna just stay back there.
Yeah, I
cover her
would.
face.
Shit, I'm surprised she didn't Kanye up, put a full mask on, dude. Walking through these streets.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. We greatly
Appreciate it, man.
it.
Yeah.
And thank you for nothing. I mean, you got no booze.
No,
no
I got
drugs.
nothing to give you, so that's
It hurts on
that's
the
what it
inside.
is. So I just drank all your shit. So
That's
it's
fine.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to do it.
Yeah.
You guys have put a hurting on those hard
Yeah, there
seltzers
was.
today.
We reloaded the fridge a couple times for
Shut
sure.
the fuck up. I love it. That's what they're here for.
Yeah.
We've got a shit ton, so get wasted. Anybody else want to come up today? What do we got? Yeah, come on up. Come on up, sir. And then we'll bring a lady up afterwards. Yeah. Look at this, dude. We'll bring a lady up afterwards.
You mean afterwards or right now?
Woo! Can you hear that?
What,
Price is
the-
Right theme music, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can
nice,
hear
isn't
that. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
All right, Delco, we got it. We got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I gotta say one thing. When I saw you, I was like, "Oh damn! I thought Ross was gonna be a lot bigger dude."
I'm so much bigger than you. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was strange. It was like Deadpool when he was shirt cocking it. Like when you stood up, you had like these little baby legs. And I was like,
That's
"Oh
nuts,
fuck!"
dude. I'm a giant
Yeah.
of a human
Oh.
being. I
Oh, shit.
towered over you. I looked past you because I didn't even see you.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like I was in the fucking lollipop land when
That's-
you walked into the studio today, and I was just like, "What? Oh, down there, little guy." And then I found you. You looked up at me with your beard like a little garden gnome,
Yeah.
and I cradled you. I think I actually lifted you up and put you in my arms.
Yeah, I kind of got a
earlier.
boner when you did that. It
And
was
I
weird.
understand
Yeah,
it.
it was strange. Yeah.
I understand it. Tell everybody your name.
My name's Ted Gillenwater.
There you go, Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy.
Yep.
Fast Teddy.
Old Teddy.
what was your nickname growing up? Teddy
Old
bear?
Gillen balls.
Was it
I
really?
think. No, it was Gillen H2O.
I like that.
Yeah.
Killing H2O?
Yeah.
Were you just killing water?
Well, I was a swimmer, which I found out the other day from Dan that I'm gay because I
homosexual.
was a swimmer. Yeah.
Yep.
I told my wife after he said that, I was like, oh, fuck. Apparently I'm gay as shit.
And
so,
she was like, that's
yeah.
why I finger jack your asshole every night.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool.
Yeah, she knows.
All right, yeah.
She knows. And you've got a well-kempt long beard, which is rare. Usually
thank you.
shit goes out. Like, so, I mean, you're really doing it.
Yeah.
You're trying to fool everybody.
Yeah.
But you do look like a very beautiful man here. Who would you like to give
thank
Drinkin'
you.
Bro of the Week to?
Well, I got a couple, so I'm going to run through it real fast.
God.
My wife, obviously, she's a badass. We've been married 10 years now.
Congratulations. I'll be on 10 next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. She loves fucking Jesse. Like,
She fucks my wife?
Well,
I'm
yes.
kidding, I'm
yes.
kidding. You could.
You don't know that, but
I mean, look, if he's not there, that's fine.
yeah.
But,
But yeah, no. She loves Jesse. The other Drinkin' Bro,
no, I get it.
hit or miss. Yeah,
Of course.
My brother back there, Tony, drunk as shit. He's I think he's trying to beat the hard AF seltzer
Record? It's 13.
right now.
Where's he at? What number are you on? Shout it out. 8.
Oh, 8.
Boy,
Yeah.
you got a ways to go, friends. Not a prayer.
We'll hang
you
out
make
for a
that.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, not a prayer you
yeah.
make that. Not a prayer.
Yeah, and then my last one is you guys. You know, I'm a day one homie. I think Matt Best, like his videos is kind of how I got into it. And
sure.
then just led to JT and then led to you guys.
Yeah.
And you know, really, I just wanted to give my Drinkin' Bro of the Week to you guys. You
I
know,
appreciate it.
Every fucking day I listen to you guys. Whenever I can.
Man, we appreciate it. And that's why we leave the doors open here for you guys to come in and party and enjoy yourselves. Because you guys built this place, and if you didn't listen to the show, we would have none of this shit. So we're unbelievably grateful, and I hope you've had a good time today.
Yeah, definitely have. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man.
Cool.
Who is the last one here? Homegirl, come on up. Yeah. I like that because at least everybody knows that we do have female listeners. Play her in, Delco. There we go. Look at you.
Hello.
She eased on into it, didn't she? Look at that. There it is. Put it about an inch from your face. You can pull it down, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no need to be ginger with it.
There we go.
You saw a full video of a woman handling something that big earlier, and you don't have to be
did.
ginger with it.
I did not expect that when I came here today, to be honest. This is the
Yeah.
first time today that I've listened
Is it really?
to Drinking Bros, and my first time being here, and I'm having a blast. My friend and I have had quite a few of your hard AFs, so thank you for your hospitality.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming here. I'm a bit embarrassed, though, because if this is the first time you're watching the show, I mean, we full on just watched porn for like 10 minutes here. I mean, for
did.
real. Yeah. She was hot, though. What about the dude?
She
What'd you think of the
was.
dude? Because I can't speak on that perspective.
I mean, he was decent.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're fine with it. Like if he came up
Yeah.
to you in a bar, you'd be like, all right, cool, let's go home.
Sure.
Let's sunburn together.
Yeah, he had quite a sunburn.
Well,
I feel like he
They were on a
wasn't-
boat, you know? I don't know if they were on a boat.
He wasn't very healthy about his son, skin cancer. All of
Sure.
that.
I don't think he was worried about that as much as he was worried about getting his finger out of her asshole. So
I would agree.
I know it's a weird thing to say, but it's true. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize to my parents if you're watching too. This is just.
Yeah, how do you do this show with your
This
parents?
off. I don't know. I know they watch. I just don't know how much or what. But I can't focus on that. Got a show to do. God damn it, So it is what it is. I love you, Mom and Dad. They know how much I love them.
Yes.
But
got it.
sometimes you're going to see some buttholes on here. That happens. What's your name?
I'm Lisa Belcher,
There you go.
and I'm an independent film director based here in Austin,
Oh,
Texas.
shit. I'm sorry. The last story was about the Screen Actors Guild strike and the writers' strike.
I know.
It's bad. It's bad. And I hate to say it, but I don't know if it's getting better. I know they've got the interim contracts for independent films. So they are shooting 150 independent films right now. And I will say that. So they've granted that license. But then, obviously, where do you show the independent films? And it's got to be on a Netflix or a Hulu or, potentially a movie theater or anything else. How is it affecting you personally right now?
Personally, I'm an actor as well, so the audience or the auditions are few and far between, obviously. But as a filmmaker, I believe it's going to be a good thing for our film. So we wrapped a feature film here in May. We're in post-production right now. We're going to have a finished film about November. And I think there is going to be, supply and demand, a low supply of films. So I'm fingers crossed that the streamers and all of that are going to pay a little bit more for my film than they normally would, given, that there's not a lot of films in in production right now. So that's what I'm hoping.
And they will, because they need, at the end of the day, they're going to need content. So
exactly.
And they're going to need it very quickly. And as you know, a film takes a long time to shoot. So whatever is already in the hopper and done, you might get real lucky with this. What's the name of your film?
It's called House of Abraham. It is a psychological thriller / horror.
Is it about Abraham Lincoln?
It is not.
Okay. 'Cause if it was, that would be a psychological thriller about Abraham Lincoln. And just going back to fight his gay lover and what happens there.
Yeah, and what you guys said earlier, I was a little harmed by that. But okay, I've never heard all of
that's
that.
Real. Oh, and that's why he had the log cabin.
Okay.
So they could have a bone sesh. It was kind of like Brokeback, but for a president. You know?
Wow. See, I'm learning so much from the Drinkin' Bros podcast. I'm surprised.
Well, we're not just podcast hosts. We're educators.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're getting to know that today.
I did not expect that.
Yeah. So since this is your first time listening, we do this thing called Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helps you become the person you are today. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
Yes, I would like to hand it out to Vance and Priscilla Hinton.
Okay.
They are our executive producers on House of Abraham. And I mean, as an independent filmmaker, it's so hard to raise the money and get people to believe in you and all of that. And these two have totally believed in us, and I'm so grateful to them. So that's who I would give it to.
That's awesome. And having had my own production company myself and made independent films for years, it's very hard to get financing. It's hard to get people to believe in it. Usually they'll want some form of celebrity in it and things like that. I'm sure you've been asked. Who are the leads in your movie?
So I've got Natasha Henstridge. I don't know if you remember her.
Yeah, I remember her. She rocks.
Yeah, from Species.
Goddamn right, dude.
Yeah, I think you guys would like her
Real
on this
hot.
podcast.
Real
Yeah.
hot. We're down to have her. Is she in Austin?
She is not, but we are going to have our cast and crew premiere in maybe November. So if she comes out.
Come back. We're here every day.
She's awesome. She's amazing. And then also Lynn Shay. I feel like you may have worked with her before
I have worked with Lynn in 3 movies.
Okay.
She's one of my faves.
She's lovely.
She was in FDR American Badass, Helen Keller versus Nightwolves with Jesse, actually. We've done a bunch of crazy shit together. Lynn's always down to do wild shit. She's awesome.
She is incredible. Yeah. So we're in post-production right now. We'll have a finished film, like I said, in November. And at that point, maybe you'll have me back and I'll tell you all about where it's going to be playing.
Absolutely. I chat with Lynn all the time on social media. She's the best.
She's a sweetheart.
She's great. For those of you who don't know at home, she was in the bowling movie. She was in Kingpin.
Mm-hmm. She was also in There's Something About Mary.
She's been in a million, but Kingpin, because everybody asked her, everywhere we went and hung out in real life, everybody would always ask her, go, with the tongue.
Right.
She's like, I'm not doing that bullshit.
She's so much fun.
Really
I mean, she just brought it to this production. It was just a joy to work with. So
that's awesome. Well, I hope everything works out. I think they will eventually get back to business. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be until after the first of the year. That's just my guess.
I think so too. And yeah, of course, for all of my friends who are working actors, and then it trickles down to the whole cast or crew and everybody. I mean, everybody's hurting right now. So I hope that they wrap it up soon. But
that's why Bill Maher came back because he wanted to. It's the crew. It's the below the line guys that they're trying to feed and everything. And he goes, look, I'm a writer. It sucks for writers, and he's correct in that. But he goes, there's also a million people that work on these productions that are losing money as well. It's not just the writers and actors. Like, you got to think about everybody on a fucking movie, and there's 150 people or a TV show that work on these things. So
true.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you for being here. Is there anybody else that wants to come up at the end here? Homeboy's probably too wasted. Not a prayer. Not a prayer. There it is. One more. There we come on up. Come on up today. Play him in, Delco. You did? You scratched the music. Look at you. Look at you, dude. You're better than that.
Yeah, what's going
how
on,
you doing?
man?
There we go.
Let me get close. I think it's an inch, right?
A non-white.
Yeah, for once, man.
Thank you.
Know what I mean? Hey, that's what I do, man. That's what I
appreciate
do,
it. Tell everybody your name.
My name is Eddie Acosta, man.
Eddie Acosta, man. There you go.
There you go.
Where are you from, Eddie?
Houston.
Originally or from Mexico?
Depends on how far back you want to go, but yeah.
Cheers, man.
North America, dude. There you go.
There you
North
go.
America.
Thanks for being on the show, man.
Yeah, man. I've been loving you guys, man. You guys do awesome stuff, and you give a breath of fresh air with all the craziness.
We try
to. Fucking awesome, man. Love it.
We try to. We appreciate it. Who would you like to give Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
I'd like to give it out to one of my good friends from the military, Ant Ramos. Don't want to say his name because he's still serving and stuff.
Sure.
You never know how this shit is, but
yeah,
the guy's been through me with all kinds of crazy stuff. We dealt with the craziest things, but the best thing about it is like he and I have always been neck and neck with taking care of the people underneath us. You know, a couple episodes you guys had talking about like training, you know, leadership, not letting guys do training just because of a power trip, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we both worked together to kind of break that fucking like glass ceiling type shit and give these guys something to look forward to when they can't always, you know, do gung-ho type shit. You know what I mean? So he's a legit guy, man. I fucking vouch for that dude every day in and out.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, but no, thanks for having this. Great setup, man. It's awesome being here in person. It's fucking fantastic.
Well, cheers, man. Enjoy some Hard AF seltzers here. Help yourself. And if you're in the Austin area and would like to come and watch a show and come on the program and give out Drinkin' Bro of the Week, we'd love to have you. We'd love to see your smiling faces. But if you're at home, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. If we get to 10,000 reviews, I'll shut the fuck up, dude. We're close. We're at 7,000 on each site, so just get it up to 10, and I'll shut up forever. I'll never say it again. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News.